Now, where did you go through the whole woe is me, why did this happen to me? Did you go through that at all? And I mean, I know I've listened to some of your stuff and reading some of your stuff. You know, you talk about the fact that you knew you had to just move to like an acceptance phase
right
immediately. Is that what you did? I mean, how did you get through? Look, man, people hit all kinds of freaking roadblocks in life, and very few of them are as heavy and big of a roadblock as you hit, and you seem to power through that thing like miraculously.
You know, I never entered into an extended period that could be described as like a depression or woe is me, or, you know, feeling sorry for myself. It would come in very short waves, where, you know, I'd be sitting around, or I would struggle with something maybe, and then after I figured it out, I might sit there for a couple minutes and be like, man. But that'd be about it, and then it would go away after, you know, a minute or two. It'd be kind of like, I almost kind of like if you're talking to a girl in a bar and you like your voice cracks, you just totally blow it, and you look like an idiot, and then you go back to the table, and you're like, man.
Sure.
You know, like that. It was almost kind of like that. Or just like, man, how did I miss that IED? You know, man, this sucks. But I didn't really think about it probably this way at the time. I couldn't articulate it at the time like this, but it's like that. Whether or not, you know, I deserved, I could acknowledge I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve to be a double amputee. I didn't, it wasn't, you know, fair. There's a lot of other guys that were running around in that same exact area. They didn't step on it. So it wasn't necessarily fair that I had to be an amputee. I didn't want to be an amputee. But none of that mattered. None of that had any bearing on whether or not I wanted to have an enjoyable life. And I did. I sat there and I was like, well, what is my mission in life? If you really take it to its base level, you know, have an impact, enjoy my life. That doesn't change just because now I'm an amputee. And whether or not it's fair, or the fact that I'm starting from a little bit more of a disadvantaged position now, all that stuff has no bearing on whether or not I want to accomplish my mission. And so realizing that, you just kind of, well, what do I have to do now? I mean, that stuff's in the past, so all I can really affect is how I react to it. And, you know, so I think that's kind of how I skipped all that stuff.